in what should be an epic one here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Seattle Seahawks. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis, beyond thrilled to be bringing you the Super Bowl. All the pomp, all the circumstance, all the pageantry. It doesn't get any better than this, partner.
I'm loving sharing this booth with you, sharing this moment, this type of a game. For all the teachers who said we'd never make it, we're here.
And we talk these last couple weeks about the buildup, the anticipation. I think these guys are just ready to get out there and get this thing started.
And I know that both coaching staffs have spent considerable time trying to figure out how to best bring their team up to a peak without taking them over the edge and causing a lot of issues early in the game.
And you don't think much of a pregame speech is needed for this one?
I think the pregame speeches were the shortest all year. If they didn't just say, let's go get them, guys, they probably talked too much.
After all the talk, it's time for football, and here we go. Super Bowl 55 is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback. First carry for Derrick Henry. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And that's a nice explosive run to get things started there. And there's something about when it's a night game, it seems a little bit more, meaning a little bit broader, a little bit crisper, maybe even the hitting and the contact's a bit more because guys have been waiting on each other. And the best coaches that I played for, they handle night games really well, and they're a different animal than day games because you have to wait so long, yet you start to harness all that intensity and then let it go at the proper time.
They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Our chance to show you the offense here, Tyler Lockett. Charles, your thoughts?
Loved him coming out of Kansas State. The third Lockett that played there after his father and his uncle. An absolute true threat every time he touches the ball to take it to the house.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about it, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive. First interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he cuts it back left. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. 72 yards. And the Colts are going to take a first quarter lead. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown. They come out here in the I. They'll run. It's Henry. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
Easy to get stuck behind all the big bodies, but you've got to find a space and fight forward for the first down.
They'll look to throw, and it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. And now a look at the defense for the Colts.
Jason Verrett may not have ideal size as a cornerback, but no one plays the ball better in the air than the guy I call Mighty Mouse.
Five wide, three of them to the right side. And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's caught at the 3. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Zach Ertz, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second and 3.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They come out here in the I. Now a play fake here. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And they'll add a DB in the secondary here on 3rd and 14. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away.
A first down carry for Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he go 12 coming up for the offense. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Not seem to catch a break and get off the field. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. First and goal, they'll look to smash it in. Maybe a quarterback sneak here. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's one thing to stand him up from that 1-yard line. Pushing him back to the 5, though. Wow.
Yeah, I like what you just said there. Not just stand him up, but they end up making a play on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
They'll set up to throw. Forced out to his left. His pass caught at the 4. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Derrick Henry from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense...
go ground game here with a tailback. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
A reminder, coming up at the intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Larry Ridley and the crew in Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they? One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is, and the running back dropped it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Josh Doxson's got it, complete. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And his kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
Kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Confident up to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory. Why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
That was an excellent job of out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a gain of 7.
He threw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a 7-yard. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he gets it inside and things up here. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 31 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of
they're going to go soft on the corners.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And some room to maneuver. And they're able to get this one across the 30. So they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll look to throw here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 6 there on first.
There's that whole package together. You light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with...
Here we go. Green, 30.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's got time. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Seahawks are happy to be in front, and they'll look to play another solid half of football. The Colts haven't played horribly, but will need to improve if they want to win this one. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. First and 10, here the defense will come up with a pick. Burnett's reading the play and comes away with it, ending the drive. Offense out now following the INT. Great blocking on this long run, and he'll go for a score as they put the first points on the board. Seahawks with possession halfway through one. Ertz is able to haul in the contested pass, and a quick 3-play drive ends with a score. We're brand new at 7. Seahawks lined up at the 5 will get a scramble and completion, and it leads to a touchdown. Seahawks up by a touchdown. Colts now late in the second quarter. Completion will be made here to a wide-open man, and he'll be tackled at the 36-yard line. Unfortunately, they would have to settle for just a field goal. Still a little time left on the clock. We get a scramble and completion here, and he counts off the 7-play drive with a score. The lead now at 11. And with that, it's time to head back to field level as we're just one half away from this.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 30.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
8 yards to go here on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. The run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners, keep moving it, keep grinding clock.
And that one good for 16 yards and a first.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterback.
They'll look to throw now on first down. They set up the screen for Henry. Powers over him.
Just fed him his pads, didn't he?
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
One receiver right, that's Brown.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
They'll drop to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. And on 3rd down, the Colts have added an extra defensive back.
Flooding the passing lanes.
Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall. And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't. And a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground?
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
And the Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Green, 39. Green, 39.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he comes back with one complete. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Johnny Hacker now. as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. They come out here in the eye. Play clock winding down. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Again, it's Henry. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th of yards to gain here on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Only a big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie?
Here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Finding time. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The 4th quarter.
Watch that in. Watch that in. Tight end right. Tight end right. Let's go. Green.
He'll look to throw. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Mario Edwards Jr. there to bring him down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out here in the eye. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he had a nifty little deep juke move, but he stopped shortly thereafter. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is...
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Point after try forthcoming. And the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And the Colts coming out now. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 13 yards there on the pickup, and it'll give the Colts a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
So 2nd and 10 here. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And incomplete. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Surveying the field. It's brought in by Dodson. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Fresh set of downs here.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got time. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And he's got a new one. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up, because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Watkins alone on the left side.
Green 39! Green 39!
They'll look to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Docks him with a grab over the middle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And out now come the Seahawks. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner, and just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home, all right? And sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly. Sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position, help out your team.
And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. The Seahawks send out their punter. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And the Seahawks are the class of the NFL. Seattle wins the Super Bowl. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.